Most people think intelligence is the ability to find answers. It isn't. The most intelligent people often succeed because they notice questions nobody else is asking. Questions like, why did they tell me that? Why did they react so strongly? Why are they suddenly being kind? Why does this situation feel slightly different than it appears? The average person listens to words. The intelligent person studies motives. And that single difference changes everything. Because the world is not ruled by what people say. It is ruled by what people want. Machiavelli understood this long before the modern world existed. He knew that human nature changes its clothes, but rarely changes its behavior. People still seek status, still seek advantage, still seek validation, still hide their intentions behind acceptable explanations. And the moment you understand that, you stop taking everything at face value. You begin seeing the machinery behind the performance. Most people lose influence without realizing it, not because they're weak, not because they're unlucky, but because they reveal themselves faster than others reveal themselves to them. Think about how often people volunteer information, their frustrations, their fears, their plans, their insecurities, their next move. It feels harmless, it feels honest, it feels human. But every unnecessary disclosure creates an imbalance, because while you're busy explaining yourself, someone else is busy studying you. The smartest person in the room is rarely the one speaking. It's the one collecting information while everyone else gives theirs away for free. And once you notice this, you'll start seeing it everywhere. One of the most expensive mistakes people make is assuming others think the way they do. If you're honest, you assume honesty. If you're loyal, you expect loyalty. If you're kind, you search for kindness. But reality doesn't work that way. People don't see the world as it is. They see it through who they are. The liar expects deception. The manipulator expects manipulation. The trustworthy person expects trustworthiness. And because of this, many people walk into betrayal carrying nothing but their own assumptions. Dangerous intelligence begins the moment you stop judging people by your character and start judging them by theirs. Watch how people treat those who can do nothing for them. Watch what happens when they don't get their way. Watch what happens when nobody is watching, because character always leaks. Sooner or later, a person can manage an image, but maintaining a mask forever is exhausting. Eventually, the truth slips through in impatience, in entitlement, in jealousy, in small moments most people ignore. The intelligent person pays attention to those moments because they understand a secret few people learn. Behavior repeated becomes identity. Patterns matter more than promises every time. Most manipulation succeeds for one reason: urgency. The pressure to decide now. The pressure to react now. The pressure to answer now. The pressure to trust now. The moment someone removes your ability to think, they increase their ability to influence, which is why one of the most powerful habits you can develop is simple. Pause, not because you're unsure, but because clarity often arrives after emotion leaves. A calm mind notices details an emotional mind cannot see, and many disasters begin with a reaction that felt justified in the moment. The truly intelligent person is not the person who wins every argument. It's the person who understands which arguments aren't worth having. Most people spend enormous amounts of energy defending themselves, explaining themselves, convincing people, correcting people, and all the while, their attention is being drained. Machiavelli understood that power is often conservation, not expression. Not every attack deserves a response. Not every misunderstanding deserves clarification. Sometimes silence protects more than explanation ever could. Here's the irony. The people who appear smartest are often not the smartest. And the people who possess the greatest understanding often look ordinary. Because real intelligence doesn't need constant display. It doesn't announce itself, it doesn't perform. It observes, calculates, waits, learns, and then moves with precision. While others are busy proving themselves, it is busy understanding the game. And perhaps the simplest lesson of all is this: most people spend their lives trying to be understood. Very few spend their lives trying to understand. That is why they remain predictable. That is why they remain vulnerable. And that is why they continue walking into the same situations, wearing different names. Because intelligence is not the accumulation of information. It is the ability to see what others overlook, to notice patterns, to understand motives, to remain calm when others become emotional, to listen when others rush to speak, to observe when others rush to judge. And once you learn to do that, the world begins revealing things it was always showing you. You simply weren't looking closely enough.